One of the easiest ways actors can feel in control is to concentrate on breathing. When was the last time you thought about your breath? Okay, not your breath, but your breathing. That's the subject of today's podcast, Breathing Matters, on this episode of Casting Actors Cast.
It's time for another episode of Casting Actors Cast. Here he is, your host, Jeffrey Dreisbach.
Well, hello and welcome to today's episode of Casting Actors Cast. I'm casting director Jeffrey Dreisbach with McCorkle Casting in New York. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a really good day, looking forward to sharing some information about this subject we're calling Breathing Matters. But first, this is that moment of the podcast where I get to simply say, thanks for tuning in. It's really great that you are here, and I hope that you have a great time while you are here. We're a whole bunch of like-minded individuals listening on a weekly basis to advice, tips, suggestions on how to be a better actor and how to have a better acting career. I've been doing this for some time now, and I'm really excited that we're gearing up to celebrating 75,000 downloads of the podcast. Isn't that cool? I love it. Listen, if you are new to Casting Actors Cast, welcome. If you haven't done this before, I invite you to check out our website, castingactorscast, all one word.com. Again, that's castingactorscast, all one word.com. And there you're going to find the website of a lot of past episodes. In fact, all the past episodes, because we've been doing this for about 3 years now. But also, if you fill out that form that says dive into the talent pool, that is going to open up a whole bunch of cool freebies for you. All you do is fill out the form. I get your name and your email address. That's it. By the way, I promise I don't spam you. I don't chew up your bandwidth. On occasion, I might send out a notification about an episode that I'm kind of excited about, that kind of thing. But anyway, if you fill out that form, it'll open up a book that I wrote that's free to download. It's a 100-page PDF called Conversation Pieces Out of the Studio, the voiceover workshop for professional actors. It's 100 pages on what it is to get yourself ready to do voiceover work. So, what could be better than that? Well, I'll tell you what could be better than that. There's also... Gosh, I've had more caffeine today. Also, there is a free video that you can watch. It's only exclusive to those people who fill out the form called Casting Secrets, What They Don't Want You to Know. But guess what? I will tell you in this free 20-minute video. And I'm also very excited that at the same place, you can download 21 pages of past show notes. I'm making that available for the first time. These are 20 show notes, 20 pages of material that correspond to each of the episodes. That's all free of charge. So you might want to check that out. You might want to re-listen to some of those more popular podcasts. Okay, and now also my quick shout out to my friends at Actors Connection. If you haven't checked out Actors Connection, I invite you to do so. Industry professionals are teaching classes, seminars, workshops on what it is to be an actor in the business, taught by industry professionals. So do yourself a favor and go to actorsconnection.com/New York. Hello to my good friends Colleen and Tony. All right, let's jump into the subject. Breathing matters. It's really funny to me that I wish I had had more preparation on the proper way to breathe when I'm doing my vocal work. We all go to college, we get our BFA or our MFA degree, we spend a lot of time on voice. But you know what? One of the things that I discovered as I started my acting career was that I just simply, I know this is going to sound weird, but I just kind of forgot to breathe. And when you can control your breath, you can control the environment a little better. You can control the way you feel about the experiences you're having. Now, that could be whether you're in an audition or whether you're on the set. Those breathing exercises that we learned in school and most of us forgot are really worthwhile, I think, taking a look at right now. So we're going to give you some breathing exercises, and I hope that you can try these. By the way, if you're driving in the car and you hear me say close your eyes, please don't don't close your eyes. These are just some exercises that I wanted to share with you that I think you're going to find fairly helpful before an audition, when you're just getting ready to go on the set, when you're going to your first rehearsal. So there are really great times that you can have a sense that you're taking back control by doing some of these exercises. So the first the first exercise I want to give you is simply with your closed eyes. Again, if you're driving, don't close your eyes. I want you to just do relaxed, normal breathing for 3 or even 2 minutes. Just relax your breathing 2 minutes. Now, 2 minutes might seem like a long time, but simply just relax, paying attention and stay focused on your breathing. Number 2, I call it square breathing. After you've done those 2 minutes, square breathing is a really great technique. By the way, the last Broadway show I performed in as an actor was A Few Good Men. I was in the original cast. I did over 500 performances on Broadway playing Kendrick. And I can tell you that every night, for those 500 performances, I did this square breathing technique. And you know what? It really kept me fresh. It really kept me focused. So here is square breathing. It's simply a matter of inhaling through your nose on a count of 4, then holding that breath on a 4 count, then exhaling on a 4 count, and then leaving all of that air out of your lungs as best you can for a 4 count. So that's inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Now you do that 4 times or 4 reps. You don't want to do it more than 4 times. We don't want anyone fainting or hyperventilating or any of that stuff. So here's how square breathing goes. If I've described it properly, please join me. We're going to do a square breathing section. We're going to do 4 reps. So follow along. Inhale through the nose and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold it. 2, 3. Exhale through the mouth. 2, 3, 4, leave it out, and start again. Inhale, 2 and 3 and 4. Now hold it. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, leave it out, and third time. Inhale, 2 and 3 and 4. Now hold it. 2, 3. Exhale, and 1, 2, 3, 4, leave it out, and final time. Inhale, 2 and 3, full breath. Now hold it. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, leave it out, and rest. Good. Now inhale. Release the breath on a slow, steady until all the breath is expelled. Again, inhale, release the breath on an until all that air is expelled. And then now we're going to try it again. Inhale. Now on a high-pitched So start high, then to a low pitch until all that breath is expelled. One more time. On an high pitch, take a breath. Okay, don't do what I do. I'm a little out of practice, I'm finding out as I'm doing this with you. We want you to inhale one more time. Now we want you to release the breath on a slow and steady sound. And then we want to go from low to high. So that was low to high to low. Now, listen. Those 3 reps, those low to high to lows, you want to repeat that 3 to 5 times or as necessary. Now, listen, that slow Square breathing is a great down and dirty warm-up. The warm, moist air passing over your vocal cords really gets your voice nice and relaxed. The richer tones of your voice come through when you do that. And then getting your voice used to doing highs and lows. Okay, I wasn't so successful as a demonstrator for that, but I hope you understand. I'm now a casting director. I'm not an actor. Okay, some excuse. All right, so now let's move on from there. As we work our breath, and that's why breath matters, because there is a sense that you're taking back some level of control when you control your breath. In other words, the environment isn't in control of you. You are in control of the environment, and that starts with good old-fashioned square breathing. Next on our list, we're going to do some tongue twisters. Now, if you haven't if you can't remember these while I say them and repeat them back, don't worry about it. You can go ahead and download the show notes for this particular episode called Breathing Matters on the website castingactorscast.com. And so here are some tongue twisters. I want you to repeat the following in rapid succession, and then I'm going to do it first, you repeat. So that's how that's going to work. So here is tongue twister number 1. Timing toughens tricky thinking thoughts. Timing toughens tricky thinking thoughts. Now you. Good. That's timing toughens tricky thinking thoughts. Timing toughens tricky thinking thoughts. One more time. Good. Excellent. Now let's move on from that. Let's do another one. Wild, wacky, wiggling whales wander westerly. I can't believe here I am alone in my studio doing these tongue twisters. All right, I'm going to do it one more time, then you do it. Wild, wacky, wiggling whales wander westerly. Wow, I didn't do that well. Wild, wacky, wiggling whales wander westerly. Okay, your turn. Wild, wacky, wiggling whales wander westerly. All right, good. Let's move around to our next one. Here it is. This is something that I did when I was a kid in, elementary school. I was in kindergarten, and I had this kind of RW substitution. So all of my owls were like that. The wifudzawero. And so I went and had some speech therapy, and I remember some of this in kindergarten, and this was one of them that I did. Around the ragged rock, the ruggy rascal ran. Let's try it. Around the ragged rock, the ruggy rascal ran. Can you do it? Try it. Good. Let's try that again. Around the ragged rock, the ruggy rascal ran. I'm so glad I had that speech therapy when I was in kindergarten because it seems to really be helping. All right, let's move on to another one. This is kind of fun. Seeing senseless syllables assails several senses. Seeing senseless syllables assails several senses. Boy, that's really great for those sibilant S's, those little squeaky S sounds that we get. Seeing senseless syllables assails several senses. All right, let's try. You try that. Here we go. Good. Seeing senseless syllables assails several senses. Good. Let's do another one. Lull lazily looking lustfully along naked ladies. Okay, I didn't do that at all right. Lull lazily looking lustfully along lanky ladies. Okay, that might be a little sexist and maybe a little weird, but let me just give it to you one more time. Lull lazily, looking lustfully along naked ladies. I didn't do that right. Long lazily, looking lustfully along lanky ladies. Okay, let's just move on from there because that's not really maybe appropriate here. It's okay for a podcast, maybe, if you're alone listening to this, but I apologize for that. Anyway, let's move on to another one. Whose new clue knew blue shoes smooth moves? Whose new clue knew blue suit? Let me try that again. I'm not doing so good at this, am I? Whose new clue knew blue shoes smooth moves? Whose new clue, new blue shoes, soothes moos? This makes no sense. Whose new clue, new blue shoes, soothes the moos? Blue shoes soothes moos. Wow. Okay, moving on from there. So this is a whole paragraph that I'm going to be reading to you, and this is not about necessarily accuracy, but it is about making sure that you are enunciating correctly. And my suggestion about doing this particular exercise, and you're going to have to download it online, castingactorscast.com, and then you want to click on all the current episode called Breathing Matters, and you're going to get the page of all of these. So you'll get them for free, and it might be fun just to play around with them a little bit. But I'd like you to whisper the following using really overemphasized articulation. In other words, give me a wide mouth, crisp phonetics, open vowel sounds. So here is the paragraph. I'm just going to read it to you now. I'm assuming you're going to go to the website and download this so that you can actually read it for yourself. Or you can go ahead and just kind of echo me if you want, but I suggest you get it and download it. But here it is. It isn't a matter of wondering which way to travel when you finally decide to follow your dreams. Perhaps it is a matter of finally accepting the consequences of the many choices at your disposal. When you get to the point of understanding, then you are ready to take the options available and create a future often associated with those who have found success. In other words, respond to all of the options until your heart hears the happiest of rhythms so that you are able to achieve the satisfaction you hope for. Okay, so that was the entire piece. You can see it's a little more involved. The idea is when you whisper that copy first, and by the way, I recommend whispering the copy in any audition. Let yourself just hear the words. Let the phonators, the lips, the teeth, the tongue, really get a good workout, no matter what it is, whether you're preparing for an audition or on the set, whatever. But also just simply whispering it really helps you because you use the same amount of energy when you whisper that you do when you're doing full voice. The only difference is you're not employing your vocal cords. You're just letting the air go past your vocal cords, but the enunciating is still the same. So that's a suggestion that I think is really a good one when you're putting together a nice warm-up workout for yourself. And that's the whole point of today's podcast, really, is just to develop some techniques that you can just simply drop in, go to. Whenever you're feeling like the environment or the atmosphere or the energy is kind of weirding you out a little bit, by all means, simply control your breathing. And when you control your breathing, then you know what? You can control just about anything. It's true. Focused, concentrated breathing can really set the right pace and the best tone for an audition, either when you're on the set or getting ready to go on stage. There's nothing more useful than that, you guys. Because guess what? Breathing matters. I'm Jeffrey Dreisbach. Hope you got something out of this episode. Please let me know. My email address, castingactorscast@gmail.com. Once again, the website address, castingactorscast.com. I will see you on the next episode of Casting Actors Cast.
Thank you for joining Casting Actors Cast. Please don't forget to review, like, and share Casting Actors Cast wherever you get your podcast videos. Thanks! I'm Megan Grace Martinez.